Hey, Shauna. Okay, so I'm recording while we watch Daphne get pretty. Woo-hoo. Okay, so I don't, I hope you guys are not going to stay muted because I really wanted to like do something really cool. You know what I mean with this. Like a few things. Like, and did everybody watch the YouTube webinar thing that they did? And that was like really like when I heard that UK was coming, and I knew that we couldn't really sell them anything yet, but it was like we need to like, one of my things was like definitely need to, at least for myself, is perfect like the free groups, so that we can, and the thing about it too, like with the free groups, we can't really do Beach Bay on Demand. Like sometimes, like at least I know I do, I promote that. Or even like clean eating groups. Like Shannon was telling me, she brought up a really good point when I was talking to her about it. It's like the people in the UK, they don't eat like us.
Yeah.
Like they have a whole, and I started like just doing like a few, like just researching like UK food blogs and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know what them people eat. Like it's different. It's not like, we're not going to be able to do our carb cycling with, stuff that we get in the US, because they don't get that, they have a whole different type. So I don't know, like, I definitely think that free groups are going to be it. I talked to another coach. She didn't give me much information. I don't know if it's because she didn't know or she just didn't want to tell me. But I guess Melanie Mitro has been doing it for a while. I don't know for how long, but she's been doing like free groups and like introducing Beachbody and sharing what Beachbody is about. I'm not exactly sure how she does it or what she's sharing or whatever, but that is not a UK group. It's more like an international group that she runs that does that. I don't know how that works or what she does or what she shares. But it's like, definitely having, promoting free groups of some sort to get them, on our email list, get them in our list of some. And Dara, I know, girl, I know the pain after finishing that workout. I can see it in your face. I know. So I'm like, literally, like after doing that workout, I can usually like use my sports bra like the next day, no, that's nasty. I sweat so much. I had to wash my hair. No more straight hair. But anyways, so, it's like doing the free groups, and also too, not only for us, but for our coaches, so that they can start providing value, that we provide the value, and, and ads. Because I went to go look at my Facebook page to see like, how they shows you like where your followers are. I don't know if you guys have done that yet, but like I have like 36,000 people, I think, that are following my page. 48 of them are from the UK. Seriously, 48. So it's like, you definitely need to boost that somehow, but we have to provide some sort of service, some sort of value, sell us now to get them in our list. So, and those are just a couple of things that I was thinking about, like things that we need to do. And not only is that we can do it, that it's going to help our team be able to follow what we're doing so that they can do the same thing and build their list, because there's a whole country of people that are going to relate to each of one of us differently. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't even know their culture. I know nothing about the UK. Like, I may be a lot of things in my blood, people from, none of them are from the UK. Like, no.
Well, Shauna's on here. She is. So
yeah.
Shauna can talk. Well, if her babies let her talk. They love the camera. But I mean, I was just looking up I did watch some of the webinar that they would post in the wall. I mean, they have the same kind of obesity epidemic that we have, whether they eat food like us or not. There still is an issue. And I recently just boosted just my coaching ad, and I included UK, and I'm already having conversations with people from over there that are passionate about, she's like, people are sick, people are overweight, like they get it. It's still the same issue there, even if like some of the logistics and things are different. Okay. It's still the problem that we have here in the US with people that are aware and want to make a change.
Cool. So the conversations that you're having, so you already, see, I haven't even boosted anything in the UK because I don't know how to.
I just, my ad that runs for coaching, I have US and Canada. All I did was add UK. And so now I'm bringing in people from the UK and just kind of building those relationships now.
Okay, cool. So like, you're just going to have them on the list and just keep the conversation going to February, or you plan on doing a group, or like?
Till February?
I mean, the fall.
I don't really have a plan. I'm talking, I guess I'm just building the relationships. And I do have a free group that I have ongoing that I'm going to run the beginning of every month. And then I just keep adding people into that to keep track of everybody. Mm-hmm. And I think for me, I think clean eating is a little bit, that term is played out. I feel like everybody has a clean eating plan. So mine's more about like busy moms that, you know, can still make time for themselves, like self-love and summer shred and just different things like that that are less about like, I feel like clean eating plans are everywhere now. Mm-hmm. So something that just kind of sets that apart and like brings a little bit more interest in. And then from there, like in the free group, I just run it like a 5-day. And then once they launch, then hopefully I can, they can be ready to go.
Yeah. So your free group is a 5-day, but you run it every month, right?
That's my plan. I just started that last month. And so I'm going to run it at the beginning of every month and just keep adding people in there. But Shauna, sorry, I know I asked you to talk and then I just talk.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Maybe you could provide some insight.
So I'm not sure if you guys realize this, but they can sign up for Beachbody On Demand. I actually have like my aunt and a couple of my cousins sign up for it. You just can't attach it to a coach yet. So until we launch, they can't attach their account to a coach, but they can sign up for the 30-day free trial. So I think running groups like that's a great idea. Even though obviously people, I mean, America's known for being obese and all that stuff, there's still people that struggle. And I think like the people that I have on my page already from like my hometown or whatever, they want to know about the containers. First of all, the containers are going to be huge for them, not just the workouts. I think health and fitness has become a much bigger thing for them over the past year or two. Like they're starting to open CrossFit gyms and different kind of gyms for people to go to. So I think really stressing the idea of like being able to work out at home, being able to do that. Those portion containers are going to be key at the start, getting them on board. There's a guy there who's like really popular. I had a conversation. My cousin was in town. She actually lives in Liverpool, but she's from Ireland, where I'm from, Northern Ireland. And there's a guy there right now. I'm going to look up his name. It's Joe something, and he is becoming really famous. He has a book out, whatever, and he's all about not depriving yourself. So if you want to have like a treat or whatever, like you can have that. And people are super drawn to him because they don't have to cut everything out. It's not like saying, oh, you can't have that, you can't have that, you can't have that, because they don't do well with that. So saying you can have all of these things just in these portions, I think is going to be huge, and people from the UK are really, really going to be drawn to that. My plan is like kind of introducing this to people that I know, or if you guys are going to like meet new people from the UK, I'm going to introduce this to them as like, this is your opportunity. Like you're going to be the first people to build this. Like you're going to be sitting nice at the top whenever sneak peeks into coaching and everything right off the bat before it is launched, before we launch in the UK, and like have them ready to go and really just talk it up as like they're going to be the building blocks for the whole UK, you know, like there's no one else out there yet. They're going to be the start of this, and run with that. I'm actually going home in July, so I'm thinking about doing some kind of event where we do a Beachbody workout together, and then like kind of do like a coach sneak peek, but obviously live, and share my story and sharing coaching is about, opportunity, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my game plan with it. But I've already started adding people. Before I wouldn't accept people from Ireland because I'm like, I don't remember who you are. Now I'm like going back, like adding everyone. I'm tagging like my aunts and my cousin in my posts, and I've already noticed like people I'm not friends with liking my stuff. So I've been going back and adding them, and I'm keeping track of every single person. So I don't know, that's kind of my game plan for now. I think doing the free groups too, and kind of introducing them to clean eating and showing them that you're willing to work with them now before it is launched.
Absolutely. There's a question, and I called VIP line on this. Are they able to use an international credit card when they sign up? Because VIP line told me no.
That's what I've had customers too that have tried, and they're like, I can't even put my credit card in here.
What do you mean? For what?
So like if they have an international billing address on their credit card, Beachbody's not accepting it. That's what VIP line told me. But do you know?
For what? For the on-demand?
Yeah.
My aunt signed up for it. It's like there's a UK link for it. So you can't send them the same link as like our link that we sign up. There's an actual UK link for them to sign up.
Got it.
I'll look for it and I can send it to you.
I can.
I think I already sent it to my aunt before on Messenger, so I should have it on there.
Okay, thank you, Shauna. These are really great tips.
And like people there are like, even though people aren't as heavy there, I think it's because they don't eat a lot of like fast, greasy food. However, what they eat isn't necessarily good. Like seriously, with every meal you have bread. I remember my aunt this like in November made me breakfast one morning, and I was just staring at it. I sent a picture to my friend. I'm like, my aunt just gave me 2 pieces of toast with butter on it, and that's supposed to be my breakfast. And I'm like, someone who's like knows, like, hey, you need protein, you need this. And I'm like, what the F? Like, you want me to eat 2 pieces of carb with some butter, and that's it for breakfast? So they definitely need help in nutrition, like, big time. It's a very different aspect because it's not like they're constantly going to, like, fast food, drive-thrus, that kind of thing, but they definitely do not know what they should be eating and how much of it.
I just added the link, Daphne, for the Beachbody On Demand UK in our chat box.
Thank you. I was going to say, I had actually sent an ultimate reset to a girlfriend overseas, and some of the foods they couldn't even find. She like sent me a list. She's like, we don't have this here. It was like 3 different things. So she had to modify. This was a couple years ago. But yeah, same things. Like they're just, we might find that those small things we might run into. But
All right, so that's cool to know that. So I mean, I guess I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's like the next step? I mean, boosting, of course, and just creating a list and creating like a free group.
I mean, for me, like pages seems like the likely answer, and that's what I did. But I don't know my coaches. I mean, Shauna, are there groups that you've joined that connect you to some, Brits or people in the UK? What are some other avenues to kind of expand their network without a like page?
I haven't done that, but I think that's a great idea. That's a really good idea to add yourself, or even like UK groups and traveling there. I don't know, make whatever up to get to know these people. But I think that's a really good idea to add yourself to groups and stuff.
Well, I think the reality is we may be traveling there, right? We may have leadership events, and we may have summit there, and like I'm totally down to travel more and like explore that part. I've never been, so I think that's authentic to be like, hey, we might be traveling there. Like, what are some highlights? So groups, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. And I do know, like, some of the groups that I'm in, I kind of like stopped being so active in them because there were so many people from the UK, and I'm like, why am I in here? Like, I'm in a lot of like different kind of Corso groups, for Tazio, when I was trying to figure out and like this, get in there. But and that's a pretty big breed over there. So I definitely need to like ramp up being more active in those groups. And even like there's like I knew there was a few mom groups. Even like when I got my blue job, I got into a lot of groups, and there were a lot of people from over there. But I'm like, there's too many people over there, not from the US. I don't want. Why am I wasting my time in here? So that's definitely a good thing. I definitely think like, those groups, and if they can get on Beachbody Demand. Dara, on your groups, since they're not, because I'm not good in free groups, free groups. I really, really struggle in that area. What other things do you guys do for free groups to provide like a service to get people in there?
So really in my group, it was like a summer shred jumpstart. This last one that I did, and I'll just keep changing it based on where we are in the season of life, I guess, of the year. But we did like we would go live and do little workout circuits, like using some of the Beachbody On Demand to kind of help them experience that. I would even go live and show how Beachbody On Demand works. I would give clean eating meal plans, motivation, just the basic stuff that we do in our free groups, but kind of talking up some of the, Shakeology recipes and that kind of thing, so they can, these are people that are, for me, this is like a 101. A lot of these people are not working out. They're not following a meal plan. So just even providing those little things have helped them. I'll say, I mean, obviously I'm not giving you too much right there because I haven't done free groups in a long time. I got away from them. I felt like they were a lot of work, and I personally just want to like I have this mindset that I just work with people that are willing to make an investment, but I do believe there's a lot of value in free groups.
No, I'm the same way. I'm doing a free group right now, and the only reason I'm doing this free group was to help some of my newer coaches get some successes. You know what I mean? Like I honestly do not like doing free groups. Like I'm in agreement with you. Like I feel like it's a lot of work, and I've never been successful in converting anybody over. Like they just want free, and they'll join every time I do a free group. It'd be the same people wanting that free stuff. I'm like, it's the same meal plan from last week. So I kind of got away from that. But like I said, I know I had a wave of new coaches that are really trying to do something. So I was like, okay, let me show you how to do this to get you some free groups, to get some wins. But I've only done free clean eating groups or carb cycling groups. You know what I mean? That's my only experience. And like when I was talking, Shannon brought it up, she's like, but we don't eat the same kind of stuff. So you're going to have to create like a whole new meal plan, like the stuff that we buy at our grocery stores might be different from, what they may have available. So that's what's another thing is like any other ideas of like free groups or free services to help them get in there. But it's cool to know that they can get Beachbody on demand regardless if they, even if they can't get a coach, at least they can get, 30-day access to learn about Beachbody, get a feel for the workouts, especially because starting next month, they're going to have access to every workout with Beachbody on demand, not just stuff, right? Hey, Crystal, you raise your hand. Hi, I'm raising it.
Hey, Teresa. I wanted to pipe in about the free groups because I was on a call with Megan Ewaldson, maybe? It's one of the Megans. And she was in the Josh Coates group with us, and she said that she had a lot of repeat offenders for her free groups, which is such a pain. And she said that her solution to that is if people want to come back into her free group, she says you can come back in, but you have to bring 3 friends with you. And I thought that was like, whoa. And it was just a huge light bulb thing for me. And she said, yeah, you're more than welcome to come back in. It's going to be the same menu and it's pretty much the same posts, but you have to bring 3 friends in with you. And she said she had a way easier time converting people when they were referrals versus, just cold invites or something like that. So I just wanted to pipe up about that for the free groups.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, that's a really great idea. Definitely never tried that before. That's really good.
I think even like trying different things, it doesn't necessarily have to be health and fitness to help you like build that relationship. Like I've done a mindset makeover one, and I think that's like the best free group I've ever done.
Ooh.
Like there's over 100 people in there. We did like one of the coaches, Crystal, on my team, she has little like cards, and so it kind of just like says something inspiring on each side. And so each morning she would go live, she would shuffle the cards. And she would pull one out and she would read it and she would say, okay, this is our card for the day, and everybody would focus on that. Then I shared some positive affirmations throughout the day. Then we did, I don't know, I need to look back at it. And the end of the day, we would do a check-in at the end of the day asking, okay, like, how did your day go? What are 3 things that went well that you're thankful for or whatever? It was just kind of getting your mindset on the right track. Or I've done like booty buster ones where I just did, like I literally Googled booty workouts, and that's what I would use in there and do it, and do like little giveaways and stuff. So I think even expanding it, knowing that it doesn't necessarily have to be the food groups, because I think it can get very repetitive. Yeah. So I don't know, just having a couple of different ones and then switching those on and off every month, I think is a good idea.
Daphne, didn't you do a marriage one before that was really successful?
I did the one where we were following the husband project, I think it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't one that then transitioned into introducing Beachbody. Like that's the hard thing about not doing a free group that is not related at all, because then how do you make that segue to, okay, we just talked about your relationships, be a Beachbody coach, send it, whatever. But no, it was fun. It was a 21-day husband project. So
really cool.
I have a group. I actually piggyback off of something that Tara Porter had put together months ago. It's a 5-day kickstart group where I do provide a meal plan, whether they follow it or not. That's totally up to them. It's fitness focused. So I could send you guys the whole tutorial or template thing for it, but it does introduce Beachbody on demand heavily the days leading up to it. And then each of those 5 days, if they are Beachbody on demand, we tell them, today we're doing T25. This is the workout. Here's how to find it. if you opted to not sign up, here's the equivalent YouTube, so it gives them a workout to do that day. But then it does, like I said, at the end of the 5 days, hopefully they've done, at least a few days of the Beachbody on demand, especially since we're changing our trial from 30 days down to, what is it, like 14 or 15 days
14
now.
days, yeah.
So, but it's more of a fitness focused group where, again, I do provide a meal plan. They have access to, my library, but that's not where the focus is. It's more on the fitness side. So it really instills bod in their minds.
Yeah. That's really good. So, I mean,
So I do sorry to interrupt you.
I was going to say how Kristen was mentioning the invite. In order for them to even get added to the free group, they have to go out and like my like page and tag 5 friends and invite them. Not that those people necessarily had to join, but I had to see that they invited 5 people and liked my like page.
cool.
That's kind of the investment, I guess, to weed people out in the beginning.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's easy.
I was gonna share that for whenever I do the free clean eating groups, I don't create meal plans. I give them I have a shopping list, and I have the different food groups. So proteins, carbs, all that, and I give them options of things that they can buy, and then I have a recipe file, and so they can pick recipes from that, and then I share how I plan out my week. So they create their own meal plan based on the tools I give them. So that's kind of how I do. I've never done an actual meal plan for anyone.
Oh, that's cool. They can basically they can eat whatever they want. If I'm doing one right now, which is actually a meal plan. It says this is what you eat, But some people don't like tuna, so then telling them to replace it with chicken, or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or they're vegetarian or whatever. That's cool.
One of my coaches did a free group that she called it, and it was in February, the Puppy Love Challenge or something. And basically 5 days, she gave ways to love your dog. Part of it was being active though, and taking your dog for a walk. And, she taught them different things, how to make clean dog treats and homemade dog shampoo. And so she obviously loves her dog. That's her niche. But it was a way to kind of find people, but then now they're following her. Now they know she loves dogs, and now they're being a little more active because they're taking their dogs for a walk. Beachbody on Demand is the next step. So
yeah, no, that's really cool. I mean, I think it's just providing the service and getting them in and getting them,
getting to know them, because people buy from people they like, know, and trust.
Yeah, exactly. And something that they can relate to. They're going to, dog lovers are going to be with other dog lovers, just like moms are going to be with other moms, there's something that they can relate to. That's very cool. So, I mean, I think the free groups of some sort other than just normal run-of-the-mill food groups would probably be a good way for not only us, but for my thing is trying to get a plan for the coaches, my team. Okay, this is what you should, here's a plan. Go and try to and it's only, and honestly, I think it's probably only going to work if they do have pages so that they can meet and target the UK people, right? I mean, how else would you target UK people if you didn't have a page to boost besides groups? That's it, right? Or start following.
On Instagram, you can look up hashtags, though. You could look up different hashtags on Instagram to try and find people who live in the UK.
Yeah, and I was thinking about doing that, going to start using. I suck at Instagram. I get really good, and then I get over it really quick because I get tired of being prospected to be somebody's model for something. But I thought that'd be a good place to go look for food bloggers, or fitness people, especially food bloggers, you know what I mean? Because then you can see what kind of food that they eat. And so you can, figure out what's going on and just meet the people that are following those food bloggers and stuff like that. So I thought that would be a good one, hashtags for food bloggers, but really just anything. Like I said, I suck at Instagram. But I thought that'd be a good place to meet new people, right? The hashtags. Anybody else is good at Instagram? Because I know I suck at it. No, kind of. To meet new people, and I've never really met new people on Instagram that was anything worth anything.
I believe it's like any other platform. You have to be consistent, like push through that time when nobody's interested and you're not, you know what I mean? Like it just takes that consistency piece.
Yeah. It's hard to get it when you have like, you're getting people on Facebook, little, you know what I mean, versus there. But yeah, definitely. I'm being a Debbie Downer on Instagram. I know it's successful. Disregard what I said. Instagram's cool.
It's not my jam, but I know it works for coaches. I think it's just.
I know, I see that. I'm like, yeah, that's how. How do you do it? I don't get it.
Either.
It's all about pretty pictures.
Oh, I know.
The time that it takes to make the pictures pretty.
Yeah.
And I think you just have to be intentional. Like you have to search the hashtags and go find those people and follow them and comment. And then there's this whole unfollow thing that it's just so much time. But I mean, it works if you work it, right?
Yeah, I was watching one coach. She was like, every Sunday she takes an hour to 2 hours to follow hashtags, to start following other people, and and then she goes the whole week of whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to do that on Sunday. Sorry, Debbie Downer. I'm stopping. Change my mindset.
I struggle with how like the messaging, you can only send so much to them. Like I always like get cut off in what I'm trying to say whenever building the connection, and then like trying to get them over to Facebook like never works. So that's like where I've been struggling. Even though I've been trying to like start conversations and do all of that, I like struggle with like, okay, how do I get them to Instagram and Facebook? Because I've even just straight up asked them like, hey, are you on Facebook? No response. Like they'll respond to whatever I said, and I'll ask again, and this girl just keeps ignoring it. Like, well, if I'm gonna have you be a coach and join my team, I need you on my Facebook because that's where I run all my trainings and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm struggling with it.
They're resistant to coming over. So I wonder if it would be more of an email. Drop your email, get them on your email list, and then do a drip email to, like talking about coaching and the freedom and motivation and and the team, and hopefully staying on their radar that way, that eventually they could join you on Facebook, on Instagram, because they still don't want to come over to Facebook. I don't know.
That's a good point that you brought up. I mean, like some sort of like form. Like I have Agile, and I can create landing pages and forms to that. So like I did that for Shift Shop, and I have like a landing page where they can fill out their information. So I get, I can start conversations with them on that way. But I mean, I think like even if you don't have to have a fancy system like that, you could just do Google Forms. I think that'd be a good thing for coaches that don't have a way to do forms. Does Teamsy have a way to create forms? So I know a lot of coaches do Teamsy.
I do, but I have no idea.
But I mean, I think that's a good practice, you know what I mean, to have something where they can send people to like, hey, and have them tagged as their UK people, so that when things come up, because Beachbody has that landing page that we can send to people, you know what I mean, that they are having us do. But the thing that sucks is like, you tell you get a new friend from UK to go fill out that form, they has no tie of connection to you. Like you're giving that contact to Beachbody, not to yourself. So I think it would be better for our coaches, and I'm going to be doing that, is having them fill out my form so that they're in my system. And then when there's an update, I can do a mass email to them, because you give them to Beachbody, they're Beachbody's customer or, contact, not your contact. We want them to be our contact, So I think that's another thing that I might tell coaches, like if they have a system that can create a form, for them to go do it, or just go do a simple Google form. Because you can create that in Google, and it puts it in a spreadsheet for you. Do you guys do forms?
There actually was a really neat thing. Did you guys hear about the, I don't know, this is new to me, but the Linktree thing on your Instagram? Like that was totally awesome. I read about that this week. And you can basically go onto your Instagram and it'll say like Linktree, and it's not Linktree, it's like linktr.ee. Like it's really weird, but I'll post it in the group. And then they just click on that on your Instagram, and it says like there's all these little things, and it says connect with me on Facebook, and you can link your Facebook, or fill out this form to become a new challenger, fill out this form to learn about Shift Shop, and it's all in that one link. And so anytime you're posting anything on Instagram, you can just say like, hey, click on the link above. So you're not constantly editing your profile. to have the new link in there, which is such a pain. Yeah. But you just have that little link tree thing in there, and it's really, really neat. Carl posted it in his group, and it was like, earth shattering.
Like bomb diggity dong. Okay, sweet. I'll pick that up. Because I do know, I noticed something, I don't know if it was new to me, and I run ads every week, so this was like new since last week. I boosted my Facebook one, my coaching one, and it had an option there to create a form. While it gave, how you can boost an activity or your page or whatever. One of them say, hey, new feature, you can create a form on here and have them like links to some form. I don't know how it works, so I didn't do it because I was like trying to get it done fast. I didn't want to spend time, but that might be something that's with the link tree and Facebook, because they are so intertwined now. That might be look into that too, just to figure out how that's another way to do forms and get people's information, because I think that's really what my goal is, and what I'm going to be, talking with a lot of my coaches is like right now is to get all the people that you can on a list and start building that relationship with them, so that, and giving them information of what we are, what it's about, who they are, who we are as a person, so that when it comes down to it, that, they're ready to like, okay, we're ready. Remember we talked about this, blah, blah, blah. And they already have that trust that they're ready to like go with them. Because right now it's not selling Beachbody, it's selling us, right? I mean, like they know who Beachbody is already because they've had Beachbody Live and they've had, had them over there. So I think just
insanity and workouts like that are huge there. Like people, even like my aunt has like the bootleg like T25, like they love like Shaun T and all of that. So I think really like being able to connect with them, like, oh, this is the company that created that, is also a really good tool, because I know a lot of people there love those workouts. Like those are very, very big there.
And they do love Shaun T. I mean,
yeah, like they love Shaun T.
Yeah, I do. He's gone over there many times to do stuff. I'm always seeing him promoting things. I mean, when he went with that supplement line, they put his face on whatever that supplement line is. I don't know if he's still doing it, but it was his face and it was a UK supplement, like.
Yeah, they're like obsessed with him. So I think if you are talking to someone and you're trying to refer to Beachbody, you think like name dropping Shaun T is definitely a good idea.
Yeah. Definitely getting a lot of your progress pictures from him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's good. Anything else, you guys? I mean, I think we got pretty much an idea of what we're doing. And I think this might be a really good time. I mean, I know it sucks because it sucks building up your page, but for the newer coaches, it might be time that they need to start doing that, because that's just, to me, that just seems like the easiest way to target people from the UK to see your posts. I know a lot of my coaches I've been holding like, no, don't do it yet. Let's figure out your profile first and figure out like posting there. But other than, working groups, I don't know another way for them to really expand their network to the UK besides Instagram.
Sarah, what exactly are you boosting over there, like that you're adding UK to? Like what kind of posts, or just everything?
I'll show you. It's my coaching post that I did using our picture from Punta Cana. Just saying, I'm looking for 10 motivated women that are ready to change their lives. I'll share it. It's just that I just added it in UK, and it's going pretty well, actually.
I copied
That's good. That's awesome.
Your text on that, Dara, on the one that I boosted yesterday. So maybe I'll just go change mine to the UK. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. I'm going to use that one. I'll go change that to the UK just to see what I get over there.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to them, like, are you saying, hey, are you like saying, hey, you're not able to do it now, but, just maybe to go for the future? Or how do you get that conversation going with them?
Not yet. We're just kind of talking about each other's lives and what they have going on, what makes them interested in coaching. I haven't quite gotten there yet, not yet, but I'm going to just probably add them into a sneak peek group so they can learn more about it. I mean, let's face it, people don't sign up the first time you present it to them. They sign up like months down the road. So I know that just keeping this funnel full of having these conversations, building the relationships, adding them to sneak peeks, adding them to free groups, that kind of thing will eventually, like, they can, you know, like you said, they'll be ready once it opens, like they can jump in. It takes time.
Yeah, I mean, you're sending them friend requests so they get on your things and they can start seeing you. I think I need to go clean out my friend requests, my friends, because I think I'm like at 4,100 something or whatever, so I can start adding more people there. All right. And I guess also, too, it'd be a good time for us to revamp, at least with my coaches and for myself, like who our avatar is. You know what I mean? So you know who you're – because, I mean, even though it's the UK, there's still people. There's still women over there with natural hair that I'm going to go start marketing to. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's still moms out there, you know. So I think that's just a good time to, like, sit back and go and revamp. You got to go?
Bye.
Bye. Revamp, like – not revamp, but, like, go back and figuring out what your target market is and target them over there, right? I know some of my coaches haven't done that. Some of my new coaches haven't done that, and I definitely need to redo that. I'm in 2 different trainings. I'm in the Josh Coates one and the Jesse Reagan, so something's got to happen. Yeah, I like to spend money in training and not do anything. That's just my thing. Is that target audience? Spend lots of money on training and never do anything with it? Let me find those people. We'd get along. Seriously. All right, you ladies, my daughter is going to be getting out of school pretty soon. I can't believe she's finished with kindergarten. A little hustler. 90 miles. This girl ran 90 miles this school year on her lunch break. 3 laps is a mile. And she started in October, and they ended last month in April because it's too hot for them, you know, to go be running in May. They only do it at lunchtime. She ran 90 miles. That girl's a hustler. She's like, you know, I'd rather get my trophy than play with my friends on the playground, so I run my miles. I'm like, I love you. Like, she'd be wearing the prettiest dress ever, but she'd wear her tennis shoes because that's how she can run. I'm like, but baby, carry it in your backpack and change it. No, that takes too much time. But I don't want to have school lunch because it takes too long to eat school lunch, so I just got to go. Like, create. A little hustler. All right, guys. I think this is good. I mean, I know what I'm going to be doing, you know, with the new coaches and stuff like that is like definitely figure out some really cool free groups that have nothing to do with really fitness, really, or even food, or maybe fitness. But like, Shauna, I like your mindset one, you know, and I've incorporated a self-love one where I got like 3 different books and it was like 21 days of it. And I took all these different things that they had to do you know, like they had to go make all these different lists. Like it's all in the beach, on the tracker. So I need to extract it, you know what I mean? And get a thing. But that was really fun too. It was like all about self-love. It was all about figuring out, learning how to say yes and learning how to say no. And I think all women need to work on that.
People love that. I think people are so drawn to like groups like that because who doesn't need to like work on themselves, you know? And it's not necessarily saying like you have to go work out, but you can also tie into that like how you show yourself self-love is by taking care of your body, you know, and it makes you feel better about yourself. So I think that's a good one because you can also tie in the aspects of health and fitness and fueling your body with the right foods.
Yes, exactly. And like I said, I literally downloaded 3 different books on my iPad. And I was like, ooh, I like that one. Ooh, I like that one. Ooh, you know what I mean? And I just kind of created it and I just went off of it that way. And incorporate with the workouts too. So I think that would be a really good one. And that's a good way to open it up to people. And like, I'm going to be using my Facebook page and I'm going to encourage my coaches that it's about time to put on their big girl panties on and grow some ovaries and start boosting their hate, you know, and start doing this because I really don't know, other than being Instagram-ish, another way to do it, unless you're really, you know, really good at it. I don't, you know, another way to really expand that network quickly and get a big list. So I'm definitely, these are the things is like, get at least 2 or 3 good groups, free groups to provide service. Make my coaches get like pages. I'm writing this down because I'll forget. Because I have no carbs. And I'm tired. Make like pages.
You have no carbs the last week, Teresa?
No, it's no carbs this week and no carbs next week. Does vodka have carbs?
Go increase your fats.
I am. I know they said we're only supposed to have the one blue of that.
Do more.
I'm eating more of that. I'm having more cheese. and avocados. 'Cause I like
Avocado.
Yeah, one little blue thing with no carbs is not enough fat to like, what?
Well, then other thing that I mean, just between me and you guys, I've always been in the mindset that carbs give you an ass, right? Like when you're lifting, that's carbs have you have a booty. And so I got my booty where I wanted it, you know, I like it. And now I'm like, but I'm not having any carbs. So if I lose my booty, Chris, my husband's coming after you. I'm sick.
I love it.
But I do think that the first 2 weeks, my measurements, like I lost weight on my waist, but I gained on my hips. Like for the first 2 weeks, my booty got bigger. So
that's good. So hopefully it stays that way. Now with the no carb.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 to 3 groups. New coaches get like pages. What else was it that I said I was going to tell my coaches to do? See, I already forgot.
Boost the.
Oh yeah, boost to expand network. Dial in and target audience. And do research on UK lifestyle, right? I mean, I know there's still people, but there's differences, you know, and just in foods. That's my thing. It's like
I thought of this like a couple minutes ago as we were on here. I was thinking like that I should like really like pick like my family's brain, like ask them a ton of questions and kind of figure out, and then I can relay that with you guys of like what, you know, like my brother-in-law is super into fitness and he always goes like his workout class and all that stuff. So I think he'd be a really good person to kind of pick his brain with all of it and see what he thinks would be a good way to kind of, and he's into marketing and all that stuff. So I think maybe if I like interview him in a way, you know, to kind of find out more.
Yeah, like talk about like what their concerns with foods are. Because I mean, we know what our concerns here in the States with GMO. I mean, is GMO a big thing over there? You know, like even in Canada, it's their government. I'm so like just blown away about how much they test all of their stuff before. You know, like our vegan stuff came in, like our FDA goes like this, reads papers, okay, give them to our American people. Canada, they have to go through test upon test, like they have to get a bag and they test it, like it's like 6 to 8 months before they let something go into their market, you know? So like what are their concerns, like, you know, what are their big concerns when it comes to food, you know? What are they really excited? Like you said, they don't do fast food, right? Like there's not a lot of fast food. So what are their a lot of their hang-ups, like you said, you know, 2 pieces of toast and bread, that's what they have for breakfast.
That's their breakfast for their day. Like, what? I almost died and I didn't want to offend her, so I just ate it. But I was like sending pictures to Karen being like, dude, my aunt just gave me 2 pieces of toast with butter on it to eat for breakfast. And I was like cracking up in my head. I'm like, thank you.
Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like even like, I know that Spain isn't in the UK, but like I have friends over there and like the that they eat is so different, you know, like they eat at 9 o'clock at night. Like that's just a normal thing because they take a nap at 4. So, you know, like
that's to still be eating at 10.
Yeah, you know, it's just, and they don't, you know, they're tiny. So it is a different culture, and I don't want to be. That's one thing I don't want to be dumb about the culture. You know what I mean? And be like, hey, you know, we have this, and like, well, no, we don't do that, or whatever, you know. But yeah, it'd be great if you know, could get more insight from the people really there versus.
I mean, I will say that, like, I think that, like, my main focus is going to be the coaching opportunity more than anything, because I'm not necessarily sure about, like, England and like, that side of the UK, but Northern Ireland, where I come from, like, there's, like, no opportunities. Like, it's really hard to get jobs, like, all of that. To be able to have this opportunity to work from home and build this incredible business is going to be, like, huge for them, you know? Like, that's just not something that's heard of there. And so I think really, like, leading with that as well, that you're able to be a mom and create income and do all this stuff from home, I think, like, that is going to be huge way to help market it. Of course, the health and fitness side, but that on top of it is going to be, like, life-changing for them, because that's just not how it is. Like, people, seriously, still to this day, like, I don't think we realize, like, living in America, how big of a deal it is that, like, America is still, like, the land of the free and of opportunity and all that is very much so still that for other countries when they look at America, you know? Like, people are like, you live in America? Like, it's still a huge thing. So to be able to bring an American company to them and help them build something is going to be amazing for them.
Gotcha. That's awesome. One thing that I did have a question, maybe you can answer me, Shauna, is what was the whole thing about a new coach can't spend or commit more than 200 pounds in the first 7 days? I don't even know what that means.
I didn't really understand that either.
Like, because if you think about it.
So 200 pounds would be like, I don't even see currency change. 200 pounds would probably be like $350 here.
Oh, okay.
So like it's like their currency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, it just means that they don't want them to buy like mass. So maybe that just protects them for not doing like buying a whole.
From like sell it themselves or something.
Yeah. Because like when you think about it, Lulu Row, you have to spend like what $5,000-$6,000 American dollars to start it because you have to buy all the products. So maybe that's like protecting their people that they're not buying a whole bunch.
They're not going to buy it and try and resell it.
Well, not only just sell it, but get stuck with it. Maybe they have like a lot of problems with people, buying all this stuff, and then they're stuck in the garage full of Amway stuff, and they can't sell it. So maybe maybe that's what it is.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's still a pretty big budget for like 7 days, like 300 and.
Yeah, I mean that challenge pack, you're gonna pay, US is what, $160 or $199 for that. That's not even getting close to $350.
Double that. Yeah.
All right, ladies. I gotta go get my daughter and get their presents together. Yeah, I'm the mom that bought it on Amazon Prime, only 1 day shipping, and it's gonna have like stamped envelope on the top with the gift card. It's not gonna be. Yeah, it's what they get. May has not been my month, but I'm getting it. I'm living the life and I'm riding the ride, and June's going to be better, right? All right. You guys say thank you guys for getting.
Bye.
Love this. Thank you, Shauna, and everybody, Hannah and Crystal and Christy. You guys are awesome. Love you.
I just want to say that I love the dog group idea, and I'm totally freaking sharing that because I'm like obsessed with my dog, and I post about my dog every day. So I love that idea. I'm like, oh my God, this is a genius.
Mm-hmm. I seriously, when she said that, I was like, all I could think about was like, oh, Shauna can go crazy with that.
Yes, I'm totally going to, because I could share that in like the dog groups I'm a part of. I can be like, join my group,
different tips and stuff. That's awesome.
She even did like a homemade like toys and stuff, like DIY stuff. Like it was.
Oh my God, I love it. I'm all about it. Yeah. I'm totally gonna do it.
Yeah, that is so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, if you do it, let me join because I just want to be a part of it. Because it sounds like my poor dog in his eyes, they've messed up.
Poor baby.
Did you know that there's actually doctors just for dog eyes? Like there's an ophthalmologist for dogs. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know a specialist for that. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a specialist for that. Well, hopefully we got the right one, so we'll fix what the other.
What's wrong with it?
He had a cherry eye in his left eye, and so when he got neutered, they said, let's just fix it, and we'll make sure we do it to the other eye just to prevent it from happening. And they should have, with this breed, with Tatio being so big, that breed is really hard for these kind of surgeries, so they should have consulted with this ophthalmologist because they do a different technique with this kind of breed, and it's just been crazy, but it's getting better. Now they gave us steroids and we're upping the medication and giving us antibiotics. So today was the first day he doesn't look like he got, like stuff coming out of his eyes. So I think if they would have known that they had to attack it aggressively from day one, we wouldn't have been where we're at right now. But they treated him like he was just a normal, regular, like small dog. And this breed is known apparently to the ophthalmologist is like mastiffs are just known to need special care for this kind of surgery. So I'm kind of like, do I get mad? What do I do? Like, yeah. But now today he's doing really good. I'm able to take off his collar so he can actually eat and drink. And so he went in there at 123, and when we went on Saturday, he was down to 116 because big cone and not being able to eat, so, but I can take it off now and he can eat and drink if we know there. So we're getting it, you know what I mean? But I really want to punch Dr. Han. She looks like she's 12. I could take her. If I call any of you guys, Shauna, you're the closest. I might call you for bailout money.
Yes, I will be there. Don't mess with the dogs. Let me tell you. Don't mess with any animal.
All right, ladies, I am going to stop this recording.